Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I really didn't want too much of anything in this video. Well, I wanted to talk about something clearly, but I am going to do a couple of hot topics videos after this video. I just need to clean up my apartment. I think my sister is about to come over, and I don't like anybody coming to my place, family or not, and my apartment looks a mess. So I'm just going to make this quick video. Clean up real fast, and then after my sister leaves, I don't think she's gonna be here too long. Then I'll come back with two hot topic videos, or I'll even probably try to make them before she comes. Because sometimes the girls say they're gonna be here in an hour, and girl, 3 hours later, girl. So, anyways, I just wanted to talk about shade and light shade. So basically, how this came about for me was I was in Los Angeles this past weekend, right? And I had went out to lunch with one of my sisters, and we were just sitting there, eating and talking and drinking and just, and we ended up talking about, we were talking about open relationships, poly relationships, our mind changing on certain things that I've said years ago that I don't necessarily agree with today. And then talk about a little bit of politics. Girl, we talk about everything. Then we end up talking about the Real Housewives, right? And he was saying how he missed the days where it was just a little light shade. Nothing too serious, nothing too deep. And like I said, I got what he was saying. Like, to me, I'll give that example in a little bit. And that, it has gotten a little dark, right? Amongst the housewives. It's not as light and fun as it used to be. And my question is, and basically Candace's name came up, right? Because people swear that Candace responds, or her responses to things are just so below the belt and gutter butter and all that stuff, right? My question is this. If you're throwing shade at me, whose measuring stick are we using to determine if the shade is light or not? Because you're throwing it at me. So are we going to use my measuring stick because you're throwing it at me, right? To determine if the shade is light, or are we using yours? Because your intentions may have been for it to be light, but when I received it, it was heavy. Okay? Shout out to Dream Girls. I do get light shade. I do. And I remember when Housewives of Atlanta first kicked off, I can't remember the girl's name. It was Nene, Sheree, Lisa Wu, and it was some other black girl. And I think they were talking about the black girl being skinny or something. And then the girl said something back to Nene about their size or something. And then they ended up talking about hair. The girl was kind of being shady, but it was like a fun shade, right? So I get that I can see that could be considered light shade because, I can see that being light shade. But I think that we have to get to a point where if y'all really do believe that I think the thing that always leaves me baffled is like, and this is no tea, no shade. Like when I see YouTubers saying that you deserve your ass beat for talking mess, when there's a good chunk of us who get on YouTube talking mess. So I'm always kind of left looking around the room when I see people say, well, when you talk this, you deserve to get your tail beat. And I'm like, baby, that's what a lot of us do. And you're not going to put your hands on me just because you didn't like something that I said. Like in real life, I can literally click on the shade room right now, and there are people in the comment section wearing someone out. So I think that we have to be careful when we say these things about you deserving to get your ass stomped or beat because you was talking shit. Because again, there's a lot of us that talk shit. So I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. If you get into my comment section talking shit about me, man, woman, or child, and I see you out in public and I slap the dog fuck out of you, don't go get your husband. Don't go get your man. Don't go get your cousins. Because from what y'all said, when you talk shit, you get your ass whooped. And that's for man, woman, or child, right? So I'm just trying to make sure I understand the rules. Because we can all play the same game. But I don't think some of y'all really, really want to play that game. So when I see people saying these things, again, I kind of get confused. And then when I see people talking about, what someone said wasn't that big of a deal. No, it wasn't that big of a deal to you because you were not on the receiving end of it. However, if you were on the receiving end, then maybe you would have a different thoughts about the situation. Again, when we are in this back and forth, when these women on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac, Beverly Hills, when they're reading and shading each other, whose measuring stick are we using to determine if the shade was light? Because if the shade wasn't thrown in your direction, then of course you're not going to think nothing of it because it wasn't coming to you. However, if it's coming to me, I'll let you know what measuring stick I'm using. I'm using my own. So if you say something to me, I'm going to determine how I take it, how I receive it. And based off of that calculation, that's going to determine what the fuck I want to say back to you. Do y'all see how that works? I just want to say this because I know that we're about to lead into this Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. And I'm going to try to make my reviews as fun and lighthearted as possible. I know we're going to have to go backwards on some stuff. I can already tell by some of the clips that have been, put up online. We're going to be discussing some of season 5, but we're going to have fun. We're going to have a kiki. We're going to laugh. Like I said last night on my live, I try to base my opinion off of what I see on my TV screen. We tapped into Real Housewives of Potomac last night, and it was what it was. And I think that we have to really sit back and think about the shit, especially as YouTubers who are making this a career. It's already our career. It's something that we do on the side, something to bring in extra money, whatever you're using YouTube for, right? That we have to be careful about the things that we say. Because, no tea, no shade. And this is no tea, no shade, but we just gonna call a thing a thing. Y'all know I love me some Funky to pieces. Y'all know I love me some Funky. Y'all know I love me some Funky. But Funky be one of the main ones talking about Candace in her mouth. But baby, just a couple of years ago, you was talking about Blue Ivy. So all this bullshit about people not talking about people's kids and not talking about, it was all over the shade room. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He was at the Queen's Court. That was on tour. So all this shit that people be talking about, we don't talk about the kids and we don't talk about mamas. That's why I be like, girl, y'all be lying. Girl, it's footages out there of a lot of people talking about people's mamas and kids and husbands and all of that. Now, again, we're going to get into this on Sunday, but I will say this much, and I'm going to be gone. I need to go because I need to clean up. And I'm going to keep saying this. The Yo Mama comment, I think it's fraudulent outrage from a lot of people. Because that should not be the straw that broke the camel's back. It should have been when Portia and Phaedra was accusing Candy of Todd of premeditated RAPE, right? It should have been when Marlo told Kenya when they was cooking s'mores or whatever they was doing at the campfire, what type of mama wouldn't love their child or something like that, or your mama don't love you or something like that, right? Or it should have been when Nene made a motion to spit on Kenya. Or it should have been when Ashley attacked Katie's mental health. Or it should have been when Ashley attacked Ray's penis. Or it should have been when Karen allegedly attacked Giselle's mental health in the first episode. Or it should have been when Karen was slut-shaming Giselle, calling her box a fiery box and she's nothing but a whore from Hampton University. So all I'm saying is, if we gonna lynch one, if we gonna hang one, then we need to start at the motherfucking beginning and lynch all the hoes. Because y'all not gonna get me to believe that Candace saying your mama just it did something to your soul to the point where, girl, she needs her ass whooped again. This needs to happen. This justifies Monique's behavior from last year. Because Candace ain't said nothing about Monique's mama. But again, we're going to get into this on Sunday night. And, you know, we're going to get into the mess on Sunday. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.